right. Hey, welcome back to Untamed and Unapologetic. This is episode 14, part 1, podcast 14, part 1. And I'm Laura, and this is my sister, Christy. And we're here to talk about all things women. I don't know, women-driven, worldly driven, women-driven
Midlife,
on your second half of awesomeness in life, right? I suppose,
Yes,
right?
exactly.
And today, though, especially, we are going to talk about reclaiming a word.
This is one of the most powerful, misunderstood,
Yeah.
and actually feared words out there. We are going to reveal it in this episode.
Yes.
This is getting spicy today. We're getting spicy with it. This is, yeah. So
It's definitely it's polarizing.
polarizing.
Yeah,
A lot of
it's a
women probably don't
polarizing
like to
word.
say the word.
Yeah, a lot of people don't. I've got about 0 issues with it.
Yeah, I don't have issues with it. But I don't use it from day to day. It's like I don't ever use the word because it's like considered nasty or just like then you're you're nasty or it's not ladylike.
It's not ladylike.
Not ladylike. So that's probably what I don't use it, but I'm going to start.
Oh, I'll
You
use
do.
I'll
You
use
do,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, I'll use
I'm
it.
not afraid of it, but it was just like, I don't, I think
Yeah.
that's what we talk about in the show. It's like how these programs are running like in the background, and sometimes we don't even realize it.
Yeah.
Because I didn't realize it now. I'm like, I don't really use the word because it's considered kind of nasty or people flinch when you say it. And you guys this is going to be really interesting because I did not know this about this word. And you might not either. I had no idea. I literally saw this in like somebody posted it. Thank God for like the positive aspects of social media.
Yeah.
And again, we know not everything is true, but I kind of was researching the meaning of it. So we will start with revealing the word, and I'll let Lara.
Cunt.
Cunt. But this isn't about profanity.
No.
It's not about like, oh my God, the word cunt.
Yeah,
It's reclaiming the word. And you guys are going to find this super interesting because.
And like, I know some of you probably went,
Yeah. Cunt.
Yeah.
The power of this word is super interesting.
Yeah. So so historical roots, I didn't know this. This is news to me where it came from. I actually didn't know. So, and there's probably there's people out here who know way more than we do. So this was just a little research that was done. It was it was derived from words like kunda or kunti or linked to a goddess or birth or creation. So long before it was weaponized, it was sort of a word of reverence and divine feminine, creation, intuition, and life itself. So it wasn't the kunda, like it wasn't looked at as
nasty. It was
nasty.
Like powerful. Our energy center.
Yeah. So it was linked to. So here's some other across ancient cultures. So similar sounds and syllables. Each pointing back to the same sacred source so kunda. So in Sanskrit, and obviously there are a lot of people probably that listen to this that, if you'd studied yoga and things of that nature, I'm sure, like I said, there's probably a lot of people.
Yeah. Have you heard of this before? Because I have never heard of this.
People who've studied
that's what I mean.
Yoga and things like they know, they're probably like,
Yeah.
You're getting it wrong. And, please, let us
Correct
know.
us.
But yeah, meaning sacred vessel or yoni, which that I'm familiar with, a divine feminine energy that spirals through the body. But kundalini, and some of you are probably the serpent awakening. Some of you, I'm in practitioners of kundalini yoga, which is the style of yoga, and I don't know a ton about it, but I've done it. I know a little bit enough to be dangerous, right? Enough to know what it is to know the difference between if I'm going to go to a Kundalini class and a Vinyasa class, and know enough to know the difference of what I'm getting into, basically. So I don't know if I'm saying this right. Would it be Kunti or Kunti? I don't know the correct
Cunti.
but linked to the great goddess of fertility and creation. And that name was spoken as a blessing, not shameful. Or Kunti, the Reverend Mother, in a Pandavas. It's a text or a book, known for her strength, wisdom, and divine lineage. So all these sort of pre-patriarchal texts where that name is used, and all those sounds, ku, ka, kund, they're associated sort of with like a holy center, not
the source of a life.
Yeah, a cave, a sacred cave where all things were born, not negativity.
Yeah,
not negativity at all. So, so it really wasn't in sort of like patriarchal religions, and colonial language sort of rewrote things that, got twisted, and our culture shifted from more of a matriarchal control to a patriarchal control, that things sort of got twisted, and that
changed
word
meaning.
Changed meaning, right? And then we sort of ended up with cunt being crude.
Yes.
Right? So now we're so we're speaking the language, that it's vulgar, that
So if somebody calls you a cunt, it's like, you cunt. It's like, oh, it's just negative. I would think, like, what does it mean to you if somebody's like, you're a cunt? Like, you're a bitch.
Yeah.
You're a jerk.
A jerk. You're terrible.
You're
like,
terrible.
and it's like, and like that is like the lowest.
The lowest.
Of low.
It's like worse than the bitch.
Like
you're
it's
a
like,
cunt.
oh, right. Like you hear, like someone calls you that, like, oh, she's a real cunt.
Yeah.
Like it's like, that's like nasty.
Yeah, you're
like,
nasty.
You're like,
nasty.
you're like really nasty.
You're nasty.
If you're calling somebody that, it's like, wow.
Yeah, you're nasty.
Like
so I'm going to start calling all my friends cunts today and explain to them, you bunch of cunts. You are sacred and divine.
That's
you're
right.
Sacred and divine, you bunch of cunts.
I do think like the Brits and the Australians have it right, where they like the men use it sort of like in jest, like it's sort of
okay.
It's not as like it's sort of it's a
taboo. Not as taboo.
It's not as taboo. I mean, it's still negative, but it's sort of it's derogatory, but it's a little bit less.
It's lighter,
it's punchy.
Yeah,
it's
yes,
yeah.
So,
it's not quite as offensive to them, I guess. I think I believe that's the way they but yeah, I think it should be. It's sort of but it's sort of become demonized, and
so I thought that was very interesting, and how we have so shifted that I've never heard this before in my life, because it's like, oh, cunt is a negative word, and now it's like, well, wait a second. It's derived from this goddess energy, this divine energy, our womb, our power center.
Yoni, right? Like all
yoni,
this, like
all this power,
which term I am familiar with.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Because when people first talked about the patriarchy, in my mind, it became something that was like, I'm like, is this really a thing? Like, I literally had like resistance against it, because I was like, is this like women complaining?
Right.
But then it's like, oh, we're just complaining because I can do all the things like nowadays. We have all the rights. Like I can go to work. I could pay the credit card. I get to pay my credit card, I get to drive. I get to do all the things.
I get to vote. We didn't always, but
we get to vote, right? It's like all these rights that we have now. So I was like, oh, there's nothing to complain about. But it's not really complaining. It's reclaiming this power. It was like, oh no, there is this general feeling, right? Like you didn't even know about it, right? That's
right.
Like kind of running the programming, I always call it, that you don't even realize it's there. It's like, oh, this word has been taken away from us. And we are going to talk on part 2. So make sure you watch part 2 after this, about a bunch of other words that have hidden meanings, that feminine words that are like really empowering words were taken away. So it's going to get even juicier. Let's shift into the shame that lives in the body and why language carries energetic charge. Because it's the shame of these words, the shame of bitch, cunt, it's a negative energy.
Right.
And it's the shaming women, right? And someday I just listened to a woman talk about the word nag. The word nag when when saying, oh, you're a nagger. And it's just like, no, you're just holding somebody responsible for things they were supposed to do, but now you're a nagger, right? It's like, oh, can you help me with the dishes? Can you take out the trash? Oh, now you're nagging. And again,
Right.
there's ways to say it and appropriate, like
Right,
communicate
you don't have to
appropriately.
be right.
You don't have to
But
nag.
right, you don't have to nag. But at the same time,
But it's another word that you could, it's just kind of something to think about, right? Like, oh, you're nagging instead of it. Well, it's a way of communicating. Maybe it's not the correct way, but she was saying now women are nags. Men are never, they never really,
yeah, usually
It's like it's
usually men are
usually
referred to as
referred to
nags,
as
yeah,
nags,
because
it's always the women that
it's
nag.
usually the women, yeah, that you're a nag, and how is that, that, but that word, yeah, and like, cunt is like something that like, it sort of like it sits heavy.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like you don't want to
Definitely.
say it. Remember I guess if you are around our age, what is it? I'm not sure if I got it right. Is the vagina dialogue? Remember it was out?
Oh, the
It was Vagina Diaries. There was
monologues, vagina
monologues.
monologues. Yes, that was like
It was a show,
it
like
was
a
a
series.
2 or a 3 woman monologue play. I
yeah.
saw it.
I saw it too.
Yeah, yeah.
But
and
I remember them saying like vagina, vagina, cunt, cunt. Like
Yeah,
they
they
would
did
just
a
like said the
whole-
word.
They did a whole thing about the word, on stage.
Yeah, on stage.
Yeah, here, and I don't know if it probably went to other cities. I remember it was in
Yeah, it was big
here,
for a while.
yeah.
But that just to go show you, because it just blew up, like it was all over, and women were talking about it, and it just goes to show we were like, oh yeah, we want to reclaim like our bodies and the word, because again, it's not polite, and that's the other thing, we internalize like the politeness or the properness of saying these words, or like even talking about vagina. Remember we were talking about that? I remember that was part of it.
I know, like why
And the word
can't
cunt.
why can't you say it?
Why can't you
Like
say it?
why is it so terrible?
Mm.
And why does it have to be? Yeah, and it is negative. And too, when I do use it, I do use it in a negative connotation.
Yeah, I've
because
never.
that's how it's
I've never said, "Oh, cunt's a good thing."
yeah, right. Like I've and then when you think about it,
I've used it negatively.
and in fairness to men, in fairness to the male side of things, we do use the word dick also negatively.
Oh,
Like
yeah,
that guy's
that's
a real
true too.
fucking dick.
Yeah,
like
that's
we
true.
do use their body parts in a negative way
Yeah.
as well. So in fairness to them,
Yeah, I didn't
we
think
should
of that.
probably we should probably stop.
Dick could be a good thing. Yeah.
In fairness to
yeah.
the other half,
Yeah, that's true.
we
That
do
is
use
true.
that. Like you're a real,
You're a
costly
real
one,
dick. Like,
Yeah.
why is that a bad thing?
Should we just be neutral and use asshole? Because everybody has one.
Yeah, exactly.
Like if we're really gonna, that just covers all
of it,
bases.
then yes.
Like whether you're a man, a woman, or you like to identify as both,
Yes,
or whatever
exactly.
the hell
Everyone
you're
has an
identifying
asshole.
as, these days.
We can keep that one around. Okay,
Toast,
that's the word.
you can just whatever you want to, you want to identify as a cat. I don't care.
Yeah.
Cats have an asshole.
Right. Yes.
I don't know.
Exactly.
Right.
I've-
But yeah.
Yeah. So this shifts into this next question. I'm going to ask basically you are the lineage of silence and generations of women taught to mute their sensuality and softness. So what do you feel like muting your sensuality or softness kind of looks like to you in this world? Like if somebody said, do you think you mute your sensuality or softness, or do you think, what does that actually like look like? What would that feel like? Or do you think you don't do that at all? Like, I just feel like, yes, I always felt like I personally had to mute that. I worked with men. So it was like, oh, I always try to suppress that side because that was kind of using that feminine power. Until I got older, I was like, oh, that feminine power is like, that's where all my power is, right? I don't have the
Right.
strength that men have, physical strength.
Right.
But I have that feminine energy that could shift how people feel, and it's just very powerful, right?
Right. Some of it, yeah, but
We live in a men's world, like with work, because people go
Right.
into the workforce, and it's like we're not little men, we're still women,
Right, we're
but if
still
you use
women.
your sensuality, then it's like you're being slutty or manipulating somebody,
yeah,
possibly.
possibly, yeah. You do. I don't know. Mute your sensuality and softness to a degree. Yes, definitely in my industry. Yeah, because you have to. I work in the fitness industry.
Yeah.
You have to be strong to get sort of a respect.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you just sort of get overlooked.
Yeah.
And now things have changed now,
Hmm.
but I'm older. But, back, and I think things are kind of flipping again, but, back in the 90s and and when I was sort of in the early 2000s, if you wore, you wanted to wear something that was revealing enough
The
that
song.
that was right. But you wanted to gain respect enough that people took you seriously. But if you were too sexy, you wouldn't get taken seriously.
Okay. Yeah.
But not sexy enough, and then people couldn't see what you looked like. Like
Okay.
like
Right.
there was a balance between, and
Hmm.
now it's like people wear pants with the crack of their thing up their
Oh,
ass, and
yeah.
so it's kind of like it's not as big of a deal, I don't think anymore.
Right. I would say, yeah, the biggest
I don't know.
difference, right? Yeah, it's definitely different, way different here in the U.S. With that sexualization of women. It's a difference
Hmm.
between, like, I always feel like, where's the line between the sexualization of women
Hmm.
versus our own sensuality?
Yeah, it's different.
There's different, but
It's two different
there's
things.
two different things. And when I never really understood until I was in Denmark this past June, and I was like, oh my God, this is what being like a real woman, like, and feeling sensual, just being comfortable in your skin looks like. So the women there, we went to, there's canal, everyone's swimming. Like, there's young boys, there's girls, there's all ages. And women, if you needed to change, you just changed.
Changed.
You don't hide. And I was like, whoa. And at first, and then there's a couple of women, like older women, I would say, like older as in my like 50s, 60s, not like young, walking around like topless, or they would just like change, and there, one girl, lady's like parts flying around like everywhere, just like bigger woman. And it was like almost like this natural feeling of, and there was not, you didn't see like spas with like all the fix your face, fix your body. It was like none of that. It was just, you are who you are. And I felt the most I've ever felt in my life comfortable, the most comfortable I've ever felt in my body there. I literally, everything just dropped. Like, I was in my bathing suit and I felt like I wasn't thinking about my body at all. It was a huge shift. And I was like, this is how we're supposed to feel. And there was a woman like laying topless and nobody like cared. It was just like, oh, just a woman's body. And we have all this sexualization here, and they don't wear, like, they just dress like classy. And older women actually look like older women. It was like okay to aging, but I felt it was like so beautiful. And that culture, I feel like here it's just totally like everything's a big deal. You got to look a certain way, you got to wear the pants and be sexualized. And there's like, it was just like a beautiful,
Completely different.
yeah, sensuality that I felt.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, oh, the woman's body is just beautiful no matter what shape, size. It's just, nobody cared. It's just a different energy that I've never felt or even seen before. And that's kind of, I feel like we need to get more back to just your body. It's natural, whatever it is,
Yeah. So we need to reclaim this word in a positive way.
Yeah.
We need to so the sacred,
Returning to the
return to
source.
the source. We need to find that it's a positive,
Yeah.
as opposed to a negative. This might take a while, by the way.
We can't do it in a day, because if I start calling people cunts,
Yeah.
I might
So
get
if we
slapped in
walk
the
up and
face.
you see and we call you a cunt, don't be offended. We mean it in the best of light.
But I'm going to start the
Hey,
trend.
cunts.
I'm going to
How
start
are
the
ya?
trend. I am going to start the trend, and I'm going to do it today.
That's right. Hmm. Yes.
Anyway, we
That's right.
will. We
Yeah.
have a part 2, which we said we're going to get into
Yes.
some more sacred words that I was surprised by, that we are reclaiming
Yeah. So
sacred energy.
until then, you cunts.
Stay a cunt.
Stay untamed and unapologetic. We'll see you later.
Part 2.